You see, every time, it dey pain me say, at every point, Nigerians, we not dey think, we not dey reason certain things. You know? Because certain things will happen, I would think, oh, as Nigerians, we will learn. But when you begin to see our conduct and approach to certain issues, you begin to see that we are even further than where we are coming from. Now, when some of us were talking, we were saying, Tinubu was not the best person to rule this country. Especially with the way Buhari left things. The economy of the country as at that point. We said, no, Tinubu was not the person because he, as far as I'm concerned, I may be wrong, it was my opinion anyway, I felt he didn't even know what was wrong. Because if he knew what was wrong, he would have been able to come out and speak to the issues, identify them, isolate them, and tell us, okay, this is what we will do. He didn't come out to address anybody. Even when you will call him in several forums to come and talk about his policies and how he has decided to manage the affairs of Nigeria, we didn't see him and everybody felt it was fine. After all, he had already identified that it was his birthright. It has gotten to his turn and nothing will take it from him. Fine, everybody left him. But there was one Peter Obi who will tell you, this is the situation. This is how we will resolve whatever crisis we are facing now. The economy is like this because there are certain things we need to identify and we need to put in place that are not in place. And these are the processes and approach he has decided to use to be able to put those things in place. And at the end of the day, we will smile if he becomes president. We demonized him using ethnicity. We demonized him using religion. We were demonizing him because of his religion. But the good thing is, what is the sweet Nana say? The same region that the same Peter Obi came from, they are even living better. That the region who said it was my turn, these same people cannot feed. This is Salah. Prices have skyrocketed and they cannot even celebrate Salah. Then what are we talking about? As if that is not enough, I begin to see the same situation playing out now in Edo State. What are we thinking? At what point we go even get sense? At what point? Why? Now, they could just assemble now the youth. Some of you now, not all, because at this point I know that the Nigerian youth are smart. But the unfortunate thing that the very, very minute, that very micro aspect of the youth where it's stupid, they are the same people who they get the opportunity to come for the politician to manipulate. Trust me, I'm afraid if the youth will come at this time to vote, because of their efforts during the presidential election that brought on board the local has discouraged us not to vote anymore. Now the question is, we have Okpebolo, we have Aswen Godalo, we have Olumide. If you ask me, I am seeing two candidates who have been able to speak to issues. Ighodalo is very brilliant. Over the years, people will tell you, forget it, this is not the issue of technocratism. Okay, no problem. The reason I like Olumide, he knows how to relate. If he goes to the market, he knows the language of the market people. If he goes to the bus stop, he knows the language of the bus stop people. If you go to the garage, he knows what to speak to the garage. If you go to the intellectual community, he's able to relate, and the intellectual community is able to understand him very well. But Aswen Godalo tells you, this is what I want to do. So if you ask me, if you bring these two people to debate, they'll be able to tell you what you want to hear, and at the end of the day, you will be able to tell yourself, this is who has the capacity to take us to where we want to go to. Now, you begin to see people beautifying, creating unnecessary glory that is not even there. When I remember, and here we did, none of us go suffer. There are those states now that people are killing them every day. Cultism is ravaging the whole state. Nobody can sleep with their two eyes closed. It's not only me, it's all of us. So it is now for us to decide if we will continue to pursue propaganda as against meritocracy, so that we can all have a better society that will be better for every one of us, rather than continue to swim in ignorance, swim in isolation, and at the end of the day, after they have used you people to achieve their very illicit plan towards the agenda of Edo, you will now be looking for 102K. We shall see.